Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So friends, in this video, we will have our discussion on some of the milestone and major dates which you can mark in your calendar as a part of the planning for this year 2026. So this is going to be a yearly discussion specifically designed and meant for your rising sign. So friends, how I'm approaching these yearly predictions is that in the very first part, in the last video which I uploaded on my channel, I already talked about that how the slow moving planets in their transit like Saturn, Jupiter, Rahu and Ketu are going to be influencing you this year. We also talked about from the Panchang point of view as well, that which planet is going to be the king of the year, which planet is going to be the minister of the year. We already have had our discussion on that. In this video, throughout this year, which all are the important dates when you will be having some very auspicious conjunction of the transiting planets. So we will discuss that, and I will try to make a third video on this as well, where I will connect all that and I will give you an elaborative explanation so that you can plan your year accordingly. So friends, before we will start our discussion, just a quick synopsis of the last discussion. So the very first thing is looking at the planet Jupiter. Now what Jupiter is doing for you this year. So friends, Jupiter is going to be transiting from your 12th house, from the first house, from the second house. Jupiter, which is a very important planet for you, it is your 9th lord, and over and above that, Jupiter in itself represents blessings. So let's say for example, if you have any religious or spiritual goals set for yourself, you want to do something in the realms of the charity, social work, something to do with the foreign settlement, or there has been a much awaited, some auspicious lifetime event which is awaited in your life. So that can happen during this year. This is what Jupiter is assuring with its transit in your ascendant chart. Talking about from planet Saturn's point of view. So friends, Saturn's transit being your like 7th and the 8th lord in the 9th house has got some very practical wisdom, life experiences in store for you. And we always say that, see, wherever Saturn is transiting, whatever experiences Saturn is giving to us, in a way it is cutting down our poor prarabdha, our poor karmas. So in this way, I would say that you can get best benefited because of the planet Saturn's placement over here. Along with that friends, anything to do with the pilgrimage, getting the right guidance, both Jupiter and Saturn are perfectly aligned for you. Talking about from the Rahu and Ketu, nodal shift, I always say that Rahu creates the future karma, it fulfills our desire, and Ketu gives us blessing from past many lifetimes. And what is happening this year, that Ketu and Rahu shift will happen and Ketu will transit to your first house. So be prepared that like around the end of the year, after the mid of the year, those omens, seeing angel numbers, seeing your ancestors in the dream is going to be the common phenomena for you. So friends, now after this note, now we will start our discussion, the important dates which I have marked for you. So the very first thing is that how you will enter the year. So friends, it's very amazing this year that like Sagittarius sign is going to be very accentuated right at the beginning of the year. So like for example, on January 1st, when after celebrating New Year, we all will wake up in hangover on January 1st. No, I don't promote drinking, but many people do that. So that's the reason I'm saying that. So when you will wake up on January 1st of 2026, like Mars is going to be transiting in the Sagittarius, Sun is going to be transiting over there. So it's going to be very accentuated. So now what does it tell about? In your case, it is going to be your 6th house. So that tells about that many Cancer Lagna native can start the year with some authority, with some strategy, with goals set out clearly for this year, like how they can tackle any of the ongoing challenges. If this has been a pattern going on in the life, I'm very much sure Cancer Lagna natives want to begin the year with being more disciplined. Now friends, January 16th, So on January 16th, Mars and Sun are going to be there in your 7th house. So that means Mars, which happened to be your Yog-Karak planet, it is going to be exalted in the 7th house. And friends, like when the 10th Lord transit 10th from it, it is also called as the Pad Prapti Yoga, attainment of the position and the power. For many Cancer Lagna, this is also going to be the time of success in commerce, in your business. This is also going to be the time of where, like, if you are single, you are on a lookout for a matrimonial proposal or something, so stars will support you. So January 16, mark in your calendar with Mars being exalted and being supported by your 2nd Lord Sun as well. This is going to be a very good yoga for marriage and for the brand building. Now, February 23rd. Now, that's the another date you have to mark in your calendar. So, on February 23rd, friends, like Mars, Sun, and Rahu are going to be transiting in the 8th house of yours. So, now a lot is dependent on the state and condition of the natal moon in your chart, because for all of us, excluding Cancer ascendant, any affliction influence on moon affects our subconsciousness, our thought process. But for you, because Cancer, moon is your ascendant lord as well, so your health, your emotions, your overall well-being is affected because of that. So, but again, if moon is strengthened, it has all the pakshbal in your chart, you're running some very favorable dasha, this can actually turn around things in your favor. Many windfall gain can also happen, gains through joint resources can also happen. So this is going to be the theme on February 23rd, when your Yog-Karak planet Mars, your 2nd Lord Sun, are going to be conjunct with Rahu in the 8th house. Sudden fluctuation in the joint resources. Now friends, the next date which you have to mark is March 2nd and March 11th, in the month of the March. So on March 2nd, Venus is going to get exalted in your 9th house. So friends, Venus is a very important planet for you. It is your 4th Lord, it is your 2nd Lord. So all the sukh, all the happiness, contentment, auspicious event in the family life, wish fulfillment in your case is being governed by the planet Venus, and Venus is going to be getting exalted on March 2nd in your 9th house. So this is going to be the date when you can hear some auspicious news or some celebration, like the feeling and occasion or vibe of celebration in the house, in the family, can be expected during this time. Now friends, and on March 11th, Jupiter is going to turn direct in your 12th house. So that means for all of your religious austerities, any aspiration connected with the foreign land, it will suddenly trigger on March 11th, when Jupiter is going to be again resuming its progressive motion. Because we know that when a planet is retrograde, somehow it is more inclined towards fixing things from the past. But everyone wants to look forward for the future blessing and all. So that's what the phase will begin, the cycle and the wheel will move in your favor from March 11th. Now friends, on April 19th, Venus is going to transit to your 11th house. So Venus is going to be very strong. So that means the wish fulfillment potential is going to be very strong on April 19th onwards. So this you can also mark in your calendar. If you're planning to buy a car in this year, you're planning to book an apartment, you're planning to organize some anushthan in your house or even have some party organized. So this is going to be the date when you can consider that. So April 19th, Venus's transit in your 11th house being strengthened over here will create a yoga combination of the wish fulfillment. Now friends, on May 11th, so on May 11th, Mars and Sun are going to be transiting in your 10th house. So we know this thing that Mars is your Yog-Karak planet, Mars being strengthened over there and being conjunct with Sun, which is your 2nd lord. So it's going to be a very good combination for fame, attainment of position, attainment of position, power, and recognition, support from the people who are connected with the government. So very influential and prominent people will support you. Your name, fame will increase during this time. And because friends, Mars and Sun, they both get the directional strength in the 10th house. So that means May 11th, you can mark in your calendar, is going to be very auspicious time for your career advancement. Now friends, on June 1st, so June 1st, Jupiter is going to get exalted and strengthened in your first house. So with Jupiter being exalted in your first house and Saturn being strengthened in your 9th house, so your trine house will get active. And I can assure you friends, you can expect, because of the support of the luck. And again, because Saturn is in the 9th house, the luck which you have earned through hard work, so some auspicious event will happen. Some new chapter, new doors of blessings will open in your life. The arrival of a guru, or in certain cases, see, even guru is seen as a significator of giving us light, showing us path. So that will happen. So mark it in your calendar that June 1st, this exalted state of the Jupiter, a planet which happened to be your 9th house lord of the luck, a planet which happened to be your 6th house lord, any competitive situation. So June 1st is going to be very supportive for you. Now friends, on July 16th, so on July 16th, Jupiter and Sun conjunction will happen in your first house. So friends, because Jupiter and Sun, it creates a very kind of a Rajyo kind of situation where your like the blessing and the knowledge and divinity guides you, protects you, and it also paves path. Like some of the lucky break which happens, Jupiter Sun combination generally is a strong ingredient for that, like you being considered for a position or some major mega opportunity came to you purely because of the luck. So Jupiter Sun conjunction happening in your first house, Sun which is your second lord, so this opportunity might be purely financial in nature as well, and which will bring happiness in the kutumb, in the family. So regarding that, this Jupiter Sun conjunction in your first house on July 16th is going to be very good news for you. Now friends, after that, September 18th, so on September 18th, mark it in your calendar, Mars is going to transit to your first house, where it is going to get a conjunct with the planet Jupiter. So friends, I always say that with this kind of Neech Bhang Raj Yoga, because the 10th lord of yours, planet Mars, the 5th lord of yours, is going to be getting debilitated in the first house, but its cancellation, like its debilitation, is being cancelled by the exalted Jupiter, which is also placed in the first house. So that in itself tells about that this is going to be a combination where any and the major blockages in your career which have been long blocked, see, because it's the Mars's debilitation is getting cancelled, right? So one way or one perspective of looking at it, you might have some mental blockages which were not able to let you bloom to your full potential in the career. So here we are not talking about that your blockages were because of some external reasons. Your blockages, because with Mars is the Dehe Karak. Mars represents our physical body, our own efforts, our individuality, and because in your case Mars rules your career 10th house and 5th house of your mental aptitude, so you might be dealing with some mental blockages which you are not aware of right now. So with this combination and Jupiter cancelling this debilitation of the Mars right over there in your first house, some removal of the mental blockages, and from there a new chapter opening in your professional life, in your career, in your public image and your public life can happen. So mark it in your calendar friends, September 18th is going to be very prominent for that. Some major breakthrough in the land deals, property deals, some like for people who are connected with military, athletics, so some awards, bravery awards, intelligence awards, aptitude awards can be expected. Friends, after that, next date which you have to mark in your calendar is October 31st. So October 31st, Jupiter will transit to your second house. Jupiter will transit to Leo in your second house. So we know this thing that this is going to be a phase when now the blessing will come in the matters of your family, in the matters of your finances. Now whether you're working in a family business, you are in the fields of the finance, politics, judiciary, in whichever fields you are working, it will bring the blessing over there. And just because we have generally seen where the whole family get together to celebrate something, this is the domain of the planet Jupiter whenever it influences the second house, fourth house. These are the houses like second house, fourth house represents our family life, our domestic life. So that means some celebration will happen, or you will lay foundation to that because of initiating some process in that direction. And lastly friends, Rahu Ketu shift. It is going to be major shift. Rahu and Ketu now coming to your first house and the seventh house axis. So, and when it will happen, Mars and Jupiter are going to be still in the Leo in the second house. So friends, we generally say that the nodal shift which happened in the first house and seventh house, it opens up a new chapter, like awareness, conscious awareness. A lot of the times your mental blockages are because of you only, because you're not able to manifest something in your life with positive thinking, or if there are like some karmic blockages. So over there as well, Rahu and Ketu plays a very significant role. I always say this thing, that if there is something called as the prarabdha or destiny, or blockages being put forth by the destiny, that irrespective of being an eligible candidate for the things which you're trying to achieve, life is not giving you those opportunities. So it's all generally happened because of Rahu Ketu. Jupiter in pure terms represents the blessing, and Saturn represents like delays, blockages and all the past life settlement. But the destiny in a way, in a pure terms, generally is seen from the Rahu Ketu, and the psychological, subconscious, hidden, invisible forces, psychic forces, all of that is Rahu Ketu. So Ketu in your case. Now friends, in your case, Ketu plays a very significant role. We generally say that Rahu is strongly aligned with the Leo, and Ketu is very strongly aligned with the Cancer. Now good or bad, that depends on your natal planetary alignments, because Rahu is all greedy for the fame, power, recognition, and Ketu is very intuitive. And they both purely when they are in this axis. So I'm sure that during this time, omens now will start. When this shift will happen, omens will start playing a very significant role in your life, and seeing angel numbers, dreams, seeing your ancestors, and being very aligned with yoga, meditation, spirituality. So that new chapter will begin in your life. So yes friends, this was the video. Now let's just wait for the next part and the last part for this 2026 series, where I will connect all the previous two videos and give you month by month more elaborative explanation. So for further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram. Dhanyavad.